Okay, we're back. As you can see, the go-kart does run. We've run it around the driveway a number of times, and we've had a lot of fun. One of the things we did change that we didn't mention to you, and I wanted to point out, is this sprocket on the jack shaft is much larger. We've gone to a larger sprocket, and we've had to increase our chain length here a little bit. The reason I went to this larger sprocket was it was just geared too high. The go-kart was set up in such a way that it would be like starting your car out in third gear, maybe second, third gear. It was just geared too high. The clutch couldn't handle it. It was burning. So we went to a lower gear. Now what our gearing is I believe this is 12, and then this is 30. Then this is 18, and this is 60. Now previously this gear wasn't 30, it was 13. So we almost had a 1-to-1 here. From here to here, and then we had 12 to 18 here. So we did have something of a step down, but it wasn't nearly enough. Now we have this gear here, and this is just something you have to experiment with. You can use our gear ratios as sort of a guide. But once again, 12, 30, 18, 60. And the reason we're having to do all that is that we have this really large rear wheel, which I think is a lot of fun. So we've changed that. The changes I'm going to make today, one of the things I discovered is that this chain is loose and it will pop off. It pops off regularly, and it is kind of a drag. We have to pop it back on. And the problem that I didn't do, the thing I didn't do here was between these 2 points, between the jack shaft and the axle, I did make an adjustment. Now there is an adjustment between the engine and the jack shaft. The engine itself can be slid back and forth, and we'll do that to take the slack out of this chain. But there's no adjustment here. And that's because the jack shaft is actually rigidly welded to this cross member, which is welded to the frame. There's no adjustment here. What we will do is, what we're going to do today is we're going to take the wheels off, we're going to take the engine off, and we're going to put some adjustment right here where the axle is. And that'll allow us to slide the axle back and forth maybe as much, probably about 3/16 of an inch. That'll help us take the slack out, and we can adjust. Because what happens is you get this all adjusted right, and then as you run your go-kart, what's going to happen is the chain is going to stretch. You're going to have stretch, which is one of the things I discovered. And that being the case, you're going to have adjustment. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so now what we've done is we've created this adjustment for the axle so that I can slide the axle back and forth. You can see now with this adjustment here, I can get really nice tension on my chain, and I think I've left enough adjustment in the system so that as the chain stretches and wears, I can keep adjusting for it. We've got the axle adjustment built in. Now what I'm going to do is install this keyway into the right side. And I'm doing that because I want to make this into a two-wheel drive go-kart. I think it'll work pretty well. The reason I can do that is because we have this shaft, and the shaft runs to both wheels, and it's splined. So this is what they call a live axle go-kart. The reason I don't want to do it is if I just drive the left wheel, it should be easier to steer the go-kart. If I have two wheels on, they're both locked together to a shaft, there's no differential like in an automobile, then whenever I make a turn, essentially one wheel has got to run a little faster than the other, and that can't happen when I have these two wheels locked together. But I think it'll be okay because we're running on grass, we're running on gravel, and it'll be slick enough that there'll be enough difference for the wheels to run. And what I'm hoping is when I have these two wheels running, locked to the shaft, that I'll have a lot more power from the engine to the ground, and I won't have this left wheel spinning in the grass or spinning on the gravel. So that's what I'm going to do right now.